Hi, it's Darnell. I want to give you a look at Android Auto, the new update that they've released in late summer 2019, and give it a comparison with Apple CarPlay, the latest Apple CarPlay, and I'm running the latest iOS, so that compared to the latest Android Auto. We're going to take a look at things right now. All right, so we'll start with Android Auto. Here we have my Kenwood head unit here. It's able to do both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you see the Sirius XM going on there. So we'll go into Android Auto, and when you go in, it always starts up in Google Maps now. With the update, it starts in Maps. You know, the old version, you kind of start on kind of a summary screen where they'd show you like the weather, you know, any information about other pertinent things that might pop up there on that little summary screen in the old version. But in this new version, it starts in Maps. That's just how it goes. And it has like the audio app you may have been using previously down here with some navigation. So if you hit, like I could hit this and go right into the music app. So let's just show you the music app. You see now, and this is not just with the music app, this is with basically all your podcasts and other apps too. This interface has changed. It's now kind of got a darker look with kind of the different buttons and stuff with a different design. Now, down here in the corner, you always have your reminders. It has that little red dot because I have an active reminder. If you don't have any active reminders, you won't have that little red dot. And the mic there is, of course, to talk to Google if you want to ask Google anything. Whoops. And I triggered the keyword there, sorry. Sorry if I triggered any of yours. I didn't know I was going to do that unintentionally. So you can hit this button here, and this takes you to the apps interface. And this is basically where all the apps are. Any app that you want to run now, you just press that button, you go and you look at your app list. And there are some new apps in this app list. There's no more of that summary interface that you had before that would show like the weather and maybe your last call and other things. You just go into this app interface and you pick the app you want. If I hit calendar, it's going to tell me calendar information. If I hit news, it's going to give me my news summary if you have like a news brief set up with the Google Assistant. And those are two new buttons there that weren't in the old update as actual buttons you could press. You see some of my other apps there. If I hit exit, it just basically goes back out to the main screen again where I could select my different stereo options. And here we have reminders. If I hit that, I get my reminders. Here I have weather. I'll hit the weather for you. It just gives you the weather report.
Currently in Chattanooga, it's 83 degrees Fahrenheit and mostly sunny. Today, it'll be sunny with a forecasted high of 89 and a low of 66.
So you get the weather there. You don't get any more visual weather like you used to on that summary screen. Everything is much more touch and listen based with this new interface. I definitely like it, but I definitely like to hear what you think about it. But this is basically it. It's this, quick, clean interface. You select your app. You've got some quick buttons down here, and that's about it. If you're in like the music app, it'll switch to show you like maps if you want to switch back to maps. But that's the whole deal. So we'll exit out of here. And next I'll give you a look at Apple CarPlay. All right, so here's Apple CarPlay. I'm going to go into it. And now we see the Apple CarPlay interface. Similar to the Android Auto update in that they have icons, except for instead of going up and down, you scroll side to side with the Apple CarPlay navigation. And Apple CarPlay has the sidebar that has some quick apps that you can get to, like your phone, your music, their maps, which is, I'll say their maps tool is not good. That's why I installed Google Maps for whenever I use Apple CarPlay. And here, if you press this button, you'll get to talking with Siri. But between the two of these, I guess I personally am an Android fan, so I naturally go to the Android Auto experience being my preference. But if you have the preference of Apple CarPlay, definitely like to hear from you as well. I the maps thing here was just not working for me, and I guess there's just so many more apps that I use in Android, so that integration with the Assistant and Google Assistant is just really able to give me a lot better answers to questions and things than Siri. So it's a lot more of a smooth, interactive experience while driving with Google, where you have an assistant that, has a nice, smooth integration with a good map system, answers questions really quick and well. So I'm just a big fan of the Android Auto. But this is Apple CarPlay, and that's basically, you could go into different apps and, basically do what you want there. But that's basically your Apple CarPlay experience there. So definitely leave your comments, like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.